All right, gang, welcome back to our Can You Survive 25 challenge here on Zielonka. It is still March. We're only going to be in March here for a few minutes. There's a couple things we kind of forgot about in the last episode that we need to do here in March. One, sunflower oil is best to sell in March. So we're going to sell the sunflower oil today. We've got quite a bit of it, as a matter of fact. We've got some here, and then we've got one pallet, I think, at the newest production we put in, what is going to be our main production moving forward for Farm 2, our mill, our oil mill, I should say. But yeah, sunflower oil is best to sell now. So I want to go ahead and get that sold now so we can get some money off of that. And one other thing we did not do is we kind of bought that most recent sunflower field in the last episode, but we didn't buy any of the details required for the precision farming. So we'll do that as well. I mean, that's obviously just a really minor thing, and that can really be done at any point, but we might as well go ahead and do it now. I decided I'd go into first-person view here because we haven't done first-person view in quite a while. I know that's not really everyone's cup of tea, but every once in a while, I do like going into first-person view. I just like seeing some stuff inside the cabin here work and operate, and that's what we're kind of doing now. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. As good as they can be. Let's jump into the forklift here. Now, really, I can pick all these up by hand. Probably should, but, you know, let's see. How much is in here? How many do we actually have in here? Oh, wow. 10,000 liters of sunflower oil in there. These are 1,000 apiece? Yeah, 1,000 apiece. Wow, okay. So 10 more pallets still to spawn out. You know what? Just bear with me for a minute. I know I'm using a forklift and now I'm picking them up by hand. It doesn't make any sense. I get it, but I'm just going to make my life a little easier here right off the bat by just stacking these up like this first, and then we can take them from their spawn point as we move forward. The only reason we had this amount over here on the side is because we were trying to sell the canola oil, and we had to move them out of the way so we could get the canola oil to spawn, right? So better turn the beacon on here, even though there should be nobody around. I should just make sure that I'm continuing to be safe and nobody runs into anything, or make sure they notice me with a heavy load, right? But anyway, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. So another extra episode here of the Can You Survive 25 this week. Obviously, because this comes out on a Sunday, so it's either Wednesday or Sunday and Wednesday. I'm sorry, it's either Wednesday or Sunday and Wednesday. So decided to do an extra one this week. Still running into issues, at least at the time of this recording, still running into issues with the mod hub. I don't know what's going on. I was talking to a friend of the channel and a member on the channel, so thank you again for your support, Agrarian Builder. He's on PlayStation, I believe, and he was saying he has no issues at all, but he's heard that people on Xbox were having issues. So I don't know what's going on here. There wasn't an update on Tuesday. I'm recording this Tuesday night. There wasn't an update on Tuesday as I was hoping for from Giants, but to be fair, I mean, it was the holiday weekend, so, you know, maybe they just didn't get anything done. I don't know, but it's a little unfortunate. It's a little unfortunate. Let's put it that way. No idea what's going on with it, but I can't get anything to download. Acts like it does, then it starts re-downloading it again, then finally when it, you know, it says, okay, it's downloaded, and it gives you the uninstall thing, you go back and try to find it, and it's not there. And then you go back to try to look at it again in the mod hub, and then it says install again. So it's a weird situation right now. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, right? Yeah, 3 more should pop out here. Maybe. Come on, please. There we go. We haven't got to utilize the forklift here on Farm 2 all that often, so I'm kind of happy we're doing so now. We've only used it like 1 or 2 other times, I think. Alright, I'm going to strap these down because now I'm going to be bringing these up on top here. And that could cause a little mayhem here. I'm going to try to kind of move these two together a bit here. line that up properly. Try it again there, Z. There you go. There we go. All right. Now we're going to have more that are going to spawn out here, and that's fine, right? Because there's still some sunflowers in here to process. There's quite a bit. 11,391 liters still of sunflowers in there to process, but a good chunk of that is on here. 18,000 liters of sunflower oil. This is going to be good money, man. So if we take a look at the sunflower oil, it's worth 2,164. The average best is dropping, but we can get 2,176 at the train, or 2,156 at the supermarket. So more than likely what we'll do is the supermarket. The reason why I'm saying that is because we're going to head up here and pick up the one extra pallet. I think it was one, maybe two, from our soon-to-be permanent location for our oil mill. While we're driving here, we might as well go up here, and you can see I've already got the precision farming pulled up, and you can see we did not buy the soil information, so let's go ahead and do that, and there we go. Now we've got the soil information for our newest field that we purchased. We've got a lot of work to do to get these fields in a better state. They're obviously not as good as they could be. This is probably the best for the sunflowers, these two, but it also could have something to do with the soil, right? The soil that we were on down here or wherever just doesn't need as much, right? So the next episode, well, I say the next, why am I saying next episode? So the next month, I'm so used to saying next episode is the next month, but the next month, we're going to reseed these two fields here with some sunflowers and have to do all that effect there as well, right? Yeah, it looks like just one. I was about to say, did I literally put down a production that does not allow me to pick them up, that does not have the liftable bale and pallet mod compatibility? Because if I did, that is a huge mistake on me. But we still have a forklift, so it's not terrible. I was thinking about this down here. For now, I think it's okay, but I might actually end up making a bit of a path coming down this way to get to here, to go out this way if need be. Maybe I changed my mind on that, but for now, I can just drive down the side of the hill there. I mean, it's a severe hill, but it's not terrible in that corner there. It's not as steep as where we put all those trees in the last episode, right? Yeah, hopefully you're all doing well, all that good stuff. Things are good, man. Things are good. I'm actually... Work's getting in the way again, unfortunately. Here in a couple of weeks, I'll be gone. Well, I see when this releases, it'll be about a week from now. I'll be gone for work again. I have to go to Toronto for pretty much the middle of the week. So it's a bit unfortunate, but we got a lot of money out of that. 52,694 plus 1,893 environmental score. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm going to have to go to Toronto, unfortunately. I'm not sure if we're leaving Monday or Tuesday yet, but back either... Well, if we leave Monday, we're back Thursday. If we leave Tuesday, we're back Friday. So that sucks. That means I'm not going to be able to do recordings for some days there. So I'm going to do the best I can here this coming weekend. At the time you're watching this, I'm talking about the weekend you're watching this, to try to get some more videos here recorded ahead of time so we can prep for that upcoming inevitability. Now, it's a couple weeks out, like I said, but still. I need to get ahead of it a little bit, right? If I don't get ahead of it, then we're gonna have some problems, right? So I need to get ahead of that. I'm gonna move this back over to the other side. Actually, I think it makes more sense to actually drop this off over there. There's gonna be more spawning over there anyway. So, but yeah, I will try my best to make sure that there's no days missed at all. But if there is, as I always do, well, what was that? Just a random rock in the middle of the road. But as I always do, if there is some kind of an issue, I will make sure I let you all know. But hopefully not. I've said it before recently on a couple other series, maybe not specifically this one. It might have been this one, I don't know, but work's been pretty bad lately, so It's the time period, though. So you know, those of you who've been around for a long time know this. I work in an industry. I work in basically the banking industry, but I work for a small software company, and we sell our software to banks. But every twice a year, there are government-regulated mandates that happen, and you cannot miss these government-regulated mandates, or you get fined astronomical amounts of money. Astronomical amounts of money. So everybody's just a little bit on edge, if you will, around these periods of time, and I know it's July. It doesn't seem like it, but we're at the point now where fall mandates are in play. Because while it's not fall yet, and you might be saying that's crazy, well, yeah, but we have to get everything built and you know, set up and ready to go for them and delivered to them and tested and everything prior to pretty much mid-September, because they normally go live with that early to mid-October. So July, it seems like a long time away, but it's not. We're like two and a half months away from when this is all going to go down. So all of the requirements and everything are coming out right now, and so everyone's just a little on edge about trying to make sure that things are going to be met. You know how it goes. If you work in any kind of corporate life, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. It's not fun. Every spring, every fall, this happens to me. So this is my busy time of work. And I'm always busy. I'm going to make sure I clarify that. I'm always busy. I'm slammed. I work normally 50, 60 hours a week. I'm always busy, but it's just a little more aggressively agitated. How do I word this? I'm not really wording this properly. Aggressively agitated attitudes that have come out during these periods of time when things have to be made by certain periods of time and you know, have a lot of government, you know, red tape on it. I guess that's how I'll word it. Not probably the best way to word it, but you get what I'm trying to get at, I hope. Anyway, I think we're done there. So there's nothing else really that we want to buy. I mean, we could almost buy this field. I don't think we need it, though. Eventually, we're going to, because that's really probably where we're going to end up doing our crude oil area, is this big section here. It's not perfectly flat, but it's relatively flat. It's really close to our yard area, too, our new yard area, so I kind of like the idea of putting it here. But we need a lot of money for that, for obvious reasons, right? So we're a ways away on that one, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the next month. And, yeah, we'll get moving into April. All right, gang, welcome to April. Now, we've got to do a little bit of stuff here on Farm 1. We are a little bit behind here. I need to get some liquid fertilizer over here for our coffee beans. We are out of seeds in our wood greenhouse, so we need to do those pretty quickly here, get those back up and running, so we can continue to produce money, of course. So we'll do that first and foremost, and then we can focus on the two small little fields that we do have to drill today. Like I said, it shouldn't take us too long to do that. It really shouldn't. But there are things we need to do nonetheless, right? Now, to do that, I'm going to have to switch this back to a normal trailer versus the flatbed trailer. I really probably should just put down some kind of a workshop here on the main yard area so I don't have to do that again. So, I don't know what we have installed. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. It's still out here. It would be nice to have. I don't know. We've talked about that in the last episode. I don't know, gang. I don't know. Where am I going? Wrong way. Here we go. Tools. I think it's tools. Activation trigger. Emergency pack. Oh, that's for the new emergency pack that just got installed. I haven't done anything with the new emergency pack. There's a new DLC that came out. It was free. That was installed a couple weeks ago, actually. I just haven't done anything with it. It would be nice to have one of these. I just don't know exactly where I would put it. Land not owned by me, yeah, of course. You know, part of me would want to do something, you know, just small. This is a little bit too big, in my opinion. Could it work? Yes, and that would really, you know, offset this because it actually has a shed with it. Maybe we should do this. I don't know. I don't know where to put it, though, either. Like, I don't want to waste space, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's too close to that. I couldn't turn around there. I don't know. I don't know. Vehicle workshop. I mean, I don't even really have anything that I feel like I could, justify utilizing that for. I guess what we could do, this is just an idea I had, is if I put it here, if I remove this, right, and I put this here, up against the side of the house. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. We could try to match the color a little bit here. Nope. Nope. I mean, I'm obviously going to have to modify it a little bit here, I think, to try to make it look a little bit better, but if I can get close enough to the color, I think this might be the closest to it, actually, and then go in here and just modify it a little bit here. It needs to be more of that gray like that, almost. That doesn't even look like the same color. That looks green. What? That doesn't even look right. That looks like dark gray. To be fair, this is a red one, so I guess it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But I mean, if I'm going to put it right next to it, I'd kind of want it to be a similar type of color, right? I mean, that one looks closer, I think, in my opinion. Do we put that there? Might have to smooth the land out because it goes up pretty severely here. That would be some money to do that. I don't know. I kind of like putting this over here and the other one better, though. I kind of like putting it over here better. In this yard somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I don't know. All right. Well, for now, I'm not going to do anything with it. I just wasted a bunch of time, I know, but I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where I want to put that yet. So I'm going to think about it some more, and we'll figure it out in the coming days, I guess. So let me go modify this. I'll be back, and we'll get some seeds over into our wood greenhouse, and then we can get started on drilling the last 2 sunflower fields we need to do today. Okay, let's buy some seeds here. I'm actually probably just going to fill this thing up to max on seeds. I hope that... Well, actually, hold on a second. Wood greenhouse. 10,000 liters of seeds. All right, so I don't want more than 10,000 liters of seeds. I don't know how much. I can't remember how much this thing actually holds. I didn't look when I modified it. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. Seeds. There we go. Okay, it doesn't hold 10. It only holds 8. Perfect. That's perfect. I'm not going to buy any more. We'll just stick with the 8, and it'll get back underway, and we'll be good. Alright, quit being finicky with me. There we go. Okay, so we've got that going. I think I still have our pickle production on auto selling. I do. I'm going to give it 1 more month, and then I'm going to turn that off. Let's see. Sunflower oil we already did. We know we're good there. Yeah, I think we're good. Everything else. So the other thing to think about is we've got some other fields we could potentially buy here. Now, these fields I'm going to buy, I probably would not put sunflowers in them just because of the fact that we've got, well, quite frankly, we've got a lot of sunflower fields right now. We're going to be putting in sunflowers in 78, 70. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Canola, we've only got 4. Now, quite large ones, but there's only 4, right? So if we buy more fields, in other words, what I'm trying to get at is if we buy more fields, which really the ones I'm looking at here more specifically are 81 that we're currently in and 74 because there's nothing in them. I would probably save those for canola. The other thing to think about is I could just buy this field for $243,000. It comes with some extra land. Could probably make another field out of it. And it already has canola on it. And it's quite large, right? It does have some weeds in it. It does have tram lines in it, unfortunately. But, you know, I guess that's another option we could go with. I'm kind of leaning towards this one just because it is such a large field. It would be nice to have another large field like that. This one is potato. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Somebody's going to yell. No, I'm not doing that either. Somebody's going to yell at me in the comments. Get the potatoes going. I think they're funny. They think they're funny, huh? Oh, funny guy. So it looks like we could buy 72 as well. It's been cultivated, but it looks like we could buy that one as well. And then there are other fields we could buy, of course, and just harvest them and then take them for our own. 80, of course, is a grass field, so we could do something with that too, right? So what would it cost if we were going to buy all of these, I guess is what I should say. Yeah, we can do this one too. It's been harvested. So 40, 34, 38. So about 130, 140, 50,000, something like that. This one's going to be 243,000. It's 10 acres. The field is only 3.92, which is the thing I'm trying to get to here. This is a 0.7 acre, 0.7, 0.8, 0.72. But this already has something in it. It needs work, though, right? It's got a weed in it, so it needs work. We currently do not, on Farm 2, we do not... Oh, I need to turn that off. We do not have a sprayer. We do have a weeder, though. Or a hoe, actually. I think we're going to buy this one. So, we still have to, obviously, seed both those 78, 70, and eventually we can buy these other small fields as well. But I think this is going to be a better fit right now for us, is to buy the big one here. It's going to have extra space, like I talked about. We can put it in an awkward field over there or do something else with it even. But let's do that. Heck, maybe I could even, imagination, sell it across the street to Farm 1, right? Maybe we could say this is part of Farm 1. I don't know. We'll think about it. Really, though, I think for Farm 1, I was thinking about buying 49 and 47 to expand it, and really that'd be the extent of it. I wouldn't expand them any further than that. But I don't think we'd need the entirety of Field 49 either. I don't know. We've got some thinking to do on that. That's going to be a ways down the road. We still have plenty of room, really, on our Farm 1. So, yeah, let's buy this one. Okay, perfect. All right, so I am going to put a worker on doing some drilling first and foremost, or seeding or planting first and foremost. We're going to take over hoeing the field we just purchased. We're going to get that taken care of. Because I'd like to do that. So, and I think utilizing this, it should... Ooh, I need to unhook that. Whoop. Unhook that. It should work. It shouldn't be too heavy. It should have enough power, I think, to do it. And now that we've got the weight, it should really help. Now we probably need to get a buying silo of some sort down. We haven't done that yet. I think that's enough for the sunflowers. I think that's enough that I don't think it's going to be a problem. In other words, I think we'll be able to get by with what we have here. I don't think we're going to run out of seeds for the small fields that we're going to have them do over here. But, yeah, soon enough here, we're going to need to have another buying silo put down. Shouldn't be a big problem. We should be able to do it pretty quickly. They're not expensive. It's just I need to figure out where I want to put it at. Right? That's the big thing. And it may not seem like a big thing to a lot of you. Just, you know, place it down anywhere. But I'm trying to be strategic about this new yard area that we put down. I don't want to put something down and then move it again later. I always do that. I'm trying to be better about doing that. But most of the time, the reason why I do that is, you know, my mind changes, right? My opinion changes. Once you start putting things down and things start coming to fruition, well, actually, I think that would be better over here, and I can put this here instead. You know, that's just what happens, right? So I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but that's just what happens. All right, so we'll get the worker going here, and we'll jump back in here to the Dulzfar, and we'll get on our way, and we'll get our newest canola field taken care of. This is exciting, man. 2 fields back-to-back we bought here. This is great. Obviously, this one needs a little more work to it, but we're back to about 500,000. Basically, the sunflower oil we just paid for this big, massive field over here, which is great. I said I wanted to still continue to be around $500,000 whenever we finally do take a break on this series, I should say, because that gives us enough money when we come back to begin Farm 3. And we're doing a pretty good job of keeping our dollar amount right there on that mark. So, good stuff. Let's get to work. Before we do, I need to buy the soil information. We forgot to do that. I want to make sure we have that information before we continue on here. Doesn't really matter for now, but it's not going to show anything on the menu there. But I still wanted to make sure we have that before we forget, because we're going to need it just to understand what we need to do to the field as we move forward here. But should be getting rid of most of the weeds here. It looks like we are. Things are going well, so we'll get into it. This shouldn't take long to get this done. As soon as we're done with this, we're going to actually go grab the fertilizer spreader, and we're going to get some fertilizer put down on the fields that the worker is currently planting. And then a similar approach will need to be done, obviously, to the other field. Really, we should probably roll them as well. We do have the roller. I hate rolling, you guys know that, but we probably should do the rolling too. So we didn't really roll some of the other fields. We should do that, though. So if the time permits, we're going to do it. Okay, those fields are all done. We even rolled them all up and made them nice and neat and tidy, and getting the best yield as we possibly can get out of those. I did use a worker on rolling one of the fields. I know it's probably not really worth the time to do it, but I did it anyway. Why not? So we'll get the best yield we can possibly get off these little tiny fields, which is good considering how small they are, right? Didn't take but a few seconds to do the fertilization on them, which we kind of expected with the size of the field and really the width that our fertilizer spreader has. And it really didn't take that long to do the rolling either. So I actually, hold your horses, make everybody sit down. I actually didn't hate doing the rolling today. Yeah, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. The guy who hates rolling almost more than anything else in this game. Looking at you, potatoes. Did not hate rolling today. I'm a new Z, man. I'm a new Z. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. We're going to leave the episode at that point. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like, subscribe button in case you've yet to do so. There is a link down below if you decide you want to become a member, and I want to thank each and every single one of my members for all their continued support, many of them over multiple years at this point. It's been truly amazing, and I do appreciate each and every single one of you for that support. Check out the second channel. Check out the Discord. Everything, as always, is down below for you. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support, and I'll see you next time.